Hi, I'm Paula Williams. Welcome to this week's Marketing Monday. We take one question about an aviation sales or marketing topic each week and cover it in a live video. So thank you, James, for this week's question. This one came by email. We take these by email or by comments on our YouTube channel. So thank you for joining us. If you are here, let us know. Give us a thumbs up and let us know that you're watching the video. Or if you hear something that you agree with, disagree with, whatever you like, we would love to hear what you think. So this week's question from James is this one, and I'm sure this applies to a lot of people. For a number of reasons, we're not exhibiting at NBAA in Las Vegas this year, but is it worth it to go walk the floor? Okay, good question, and I think a lot of people are running into this where either, their schedule didn't allow them to really exhibit at NBAA this year, or their budget didn't allow them to exhibit at NBAA this year, which is fine, What I see a lot of people doing, though, is kind of walking the floor aimlessly, just showing up, paying the money, getting the badge, and walking the aisles of the trade show without a real plan of what they want to do. And that ends up being frustrating and not really as helpful as you think it would be. These things get more expensive every year, and of course it's always difficult to get there, get away from the office, all of those things. So you really want to make it worth your time. So three things. One, the first thing you want to do when you're planning to go to a show, just to walk the floor, and you don't have a booth, so you're not really encumbered by specific obligations, you want to check the exhibit directory and the floor plan, and I'll add the link to NBAA's exhibit directory and floor plan so you can see who is going to be at that show. And then you want to make a list of your top 10 most wanted customers, or top 15 or top 20, depending on how much time and energy you think you're going to have, but certainly the top 10 that you really want to be doing business with. And then you want to make appointments with each of those folks and make sure that you're putting something on the calendar so that you're not just dropping in on them. They're expecting you and ideally expecting to discuss a particular topic with you. So you have something on the calendar. If you can meet them somewhere other than their booth, that's even better. So you can say, let's have coffee at this location or that location. There's some places right off of the convention center where you can invite someone for coffee either before or after the show or during the show. A lot of times the people that are manning the booths are not necessarily decision makers anyway. So the sales folks and the decision makers are going to be available for appointments and other kinds of things. So you can have breakfast with them, have coffee with them at some point during the day, have a drink with them in the hotel afterwards, whatever it is that is convenient for them. And just fill your calendar with appointments from the your top 10 most wanted customers. So how do you make appointments? For some folks that are either new to sales or this maybe isn't your most comfortable thing, one thing is you want to have a reason. Like for James is in aircraft maintenance, so he may want to say, let's look at your aircraft maintenance needs for 2018, and let's see if we can save you some time and money, maybe by combining some things or by scheduling some things in a way that's going to help you save money. So that way, if I'm a decision maker, I have a reason to want to meet with James, and I'm more likely to seek him out and more likely to make time for an appointment. So thing number one is have a reason. Thing number two is I like to send postcards or emails if you have time. And it's getting to the point, since NBAA is in 2 weeks, it's kind of hard to do that. So you're kind of left with emails and phone calls as your means of making those appointments. Another thing you can do is use LinkedIn, to connect with people to start with, and then ask them, I see your company is going to be at NBAA, are you going to be available to talk about your aircraft maintenance for 2018? So, that's another good way to do it. That's a little less intimidating than picking up the phone maybe, but once again, probably your most effective thing and your fastest is to pick up the phone. So how do you make appointments? You can either use the old-fashioned way and write them down in a calendar, or you can ask people to use a software service like Calendly or TimeTrade. TimeTrade's what I use to let people make appointments with us at NBAA, and I'll include that link so you can see the way that we do it. So, those are some ways to do it. You always want to give people a couple of options and say, we can see you, Tuesday morning or Thursday afternoon, if you're doing this by hand. Otherwise, just give them the link to your software or walk them through the process and help them select a time on their own. So that is what I would do, if you're going to be walking the floor at NBAA and you are in sales or marketing in the aviation industry. I think that's going to be a lot better use of your time than just showing up and randomly walking the halls and hoping that something good happens. So have a great show. I hope we see you there. We will be at NBAA from the 10th through the 13th, actually. We'll be in Las Vegas. So we are available for appointments if you wanted to sit down with us and talk about your marketing plans for 2018. And I will put the link so that you can make an appointment on my calendar if you'd like to talk with us in person. Thanks for joining us for Marketing Monday, and we'll see you next week.